today is done by children, Oliver Wendell Holmes. As a parent of a 5-year-old and a teacher of 13-year-olds, I can certainly attest to the truth in that quip. Children are refreshingly honest most of the time, even if sometimes we wish they were sometimes equipped with a supersized filter. At first, they might honestly assess our outfits, our hair, our attempts at being cool, or our attempts at humor. But by middle school, gigantic changes abound, and from some, a richer form of honesty emerges, one that involves self-reflection and empathy, even bravery. We need people who act with, as the award states, courage when justice is threatened, when the integrity of a relationship is at stake. Well, with a presence like J.T. Levesque. We know there's a brave young woman out there who will stand up for her peers, who will not condone deception, and who will always do so with unfaltering fairness. Her teachers concur. Madam Whitmore states J.T. is always respectful, responsible, and especially honest about her feelings and her level of learning. What you see is what you get. Mr. Yost elegantly adds that J.T. doesn't speak to impress, she speaks to express. Whether it's a flattering compliment or an honest assessment of what she perceives, J.T. speaks truthfully and her actions follow suit. Now, I've had the pleasure of teaching J.T. in double-track trivia, and during this bulking portion of the day, I see a student who wants to tackle issues of social injustice, and a student who, of those soft-spoken, always speaks her mind candidly. And as the award description states, understands that even small transgressions weaken the foundation of honest relationships. She is indeed a terrific friend to her peers. Her behavior is rock solid, her actions irreproachable. And as if Thomas Jefferson said, honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom, in J.T., you've already beautifully penned the first chapters of your own story. Congratulations.
Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. That was said by Oscar Wilde. And though it doesn't specifically talk about honesty, it really says a lot about this year's recipient for the Honesty Award. She already took herself. Her name's Annabelle Choa. She is someone who is always herself, and what a wonderful self that is. She always appears to have fun along the journey of life, taking others with her. Miss Hakamimi noticed this and beamed when she spoke about Annabelle. Belle approaches life with unbridled joy and profound sincerity. She has the best time, whatever she's doing, and her genuine enthusiasm is infectious to peers and adults alike. Mr. Kahn confirmed this when he said, "What you see is what you get with Annabelle. There are no airs or facades, just a genuine, honest person." Mr. Willen said Annabelle speaks her mind in a frank, authentic, and true manner. She's honest about who she is and what she stands for, and how she believes others should be treated. Also, Ms. Savage said Annabelle continuously speaks her mind without fear of what others think. She marches to the beat of her own drummer. I've had the privilege, and I must say honor, of being Annabelle's teacher this year. I enjoy walking into the classroom to see Annabelle light up the room and to witness the joy she exudes each day. She has a love of life and the spirit of one who is comfortable within her own skin, and she's not afraid to stand up for what she believes. I cannot wait to see what the next chapters of Annabelle's life will be like. I know they'll be filled with positive views of life. Please know that our community is a richer place because of you, Annabelle. And as Robert Louis Stevenson wrote, we're all travelers in the wilderness of this world. And the best we can find in our travels is an honest friend. Annabelle, you're certainly that. Please come up and receive your I'd like to ask Ms. Williams up to present the 7th grade Caring Award.
When I was growing up, one of my most favorite things to collect in the entire world were these cute and cuddly little stuffed animals called Care Bears. They each had a different color and had a specialized insignia on its belly telling a childhood theme or personality. They each represented a particular way to care about someone, and I loved them. My sister fought over them, and in fact, I'm sure my dad still has a few of them tucked away at his home. When you're little, you're taught to be kind, to be nice, to be gentle. As you get older, we're taught the values of trust, integrity, and honor. And I think the value of caring sometimes goes unnoticed and is oftentimes overlooked. However, the recipient of this award, Ms. Sophie DiLorenzo. Mr. Travis writes, Sophie embodies the essence of caring. She cares about her classroom like it's her home, and her classmates like their family. Whether you're a close and personal friend or just an acquaintance, Sophie treats you just the same. Ms. Cox adds, she'll reach out to those she does not know while making a point to give a new and unique compliment to a friend she's known for years. Whether she's working on a project in science or rehearsing lines for an upcoming theater production, when Sophie is looking at you, you know you're seen. And I think Mr. Yo sums it up best when he says, Sophie's caring ways show in the most important fashion. You know you're cared for, and she doesn't even have to say it. It is my honor to give the Caring Award to Sophie DiLorenzo.
I do. It's one of my favorite TV shows. Season after season, I'm always amazed at the people who think they're controlling the course of the whole game, only to find themselves on the end of what's called a blind side, where the castmates have voted a member off of the island without any clue. I watched the season finale about 2 weeks ago. There were about 5 players remaining. One of them was named Christina. Christina was a career counselor whose low energy in the game was often mistaken for a lack of effort. She seemed savvy early on, and I really wanted her to win. As for her energy, well, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I hoped that she was staying quiet in order to avoid a blindside so that she could make a big move later in the game. But when there were 5 people left in the game, and intrepid athletes, that meant that she had a 20% chance of winning $1 million. Christina waved the white flag of surrender, and she allowed herself to get voted off without even conversing with 4 other people to fight and stay. If you'd asked me during the show, I would have told you that Christina just didn't care enough to fight for herself. What I realized, however, is that she might have cared, but maybe she had been worn down by the elements of Survivor, which necessarily includes starvation, lack of sleep, and a constant vigilance toward ever-changing social dynamics. I could say lots of things about caring and the warm, fuzzy feeling associated with it, but what strikes me most is the often neglected aspect of caring, which is stamina. Truth be told, Tony Alabed didn't arrive to Brentwood. He didn't arrive to Brentwood showing the stamina that evidence is carrying. During the first 2 weeks of 7th grade, he didn't always hand in his math homework and missed contact time appointments, only to arrive to class with a whipped cream mustache from a snack bar hot chocolate. But Tony showed that he could change over time. Tony became the math student who handed in homework assignments that he missed, even months after they were really due. He was the student who asked more questions in class than anyone and didn't want to wait until ARC and didn't want to wait for time with the tutor. He was the student who shared his textbook with forgetful classmates. And when many students were winding down their academic efforts, Tony had gained traction. And he showed me that he cared about himself, his success, and his peers. Truth be told, I'm probably not Tony's most favorite teacher. And I'm probably not the one who's closest to him. But Tony, I want you to know that I have a huge respect for you because you dare to care. Your peers have voted for you, and your teachers have written incredibly kind things about you. Miss Lung writes that you always greet her with a smile and a hello in 2 years of Mandarin. Miss Savage writes that even though you warned her to keep your expectations low, you are now one of her best students. So Tony, your tribe has spoken. Come up and receive your award.